Welcome to the informational guide regarding the origins of the Versipellis species and their incredible abilities. In this guide we will inform you on how these wonderful yet deadly creatures came about our world and the abilities that they harness. The Versipellis is a unique species of arachnoid creatures that are known to be able to take the form of humans and even mimic a human voice. Scientists have gathered from all around the world to study these magnificent creatures and their abilities. The year is 1969, and the Versipellis are only known to inhabit the US, although scientists predict that by the year 2000 the Versipellis will spread all around the globe. But how did they get here? Well, scientists have discovered that they have always inhabited this planet and have been here a lot longer than us.
Viewing this section of the documentary is highly prohibited and may only be accessed by government officials.
First contact with the Versipellis was made on the July 16, 1969 on the Apollo 11 mission. The first couple days of the mission were standard. Contact with the crew was accessible and the ship was working as usual. However, as days went on, it was a struggle to get in contact with the crew. When the station finally got through to them, they claimed to hear other voices through their radios, and there was some serious interference. They informed us of their well-being, and then contact was lost for the final time before the landing. The rest of the mission is what was described by the command module pilot, Michael Collins. Upon landing, everything was up to standard and they were prepping their moonwalk. Michael agreed to stay on the ship in case of an emergency. Buzz Aldrin and Neil Armstrong both exited the ship and began the walk. Mere seconds after their exit, Michael lost contact with the two men. Instead of taking their expected 2-hour expedition, they took 5 hours, 27 minutes, and 8 seconds. That day the station was receiving dozens of emergency alerts from the ship, and at the station everyone assumed that an accident had taken place and the crew were in trouble. Officials informed the crew's families and the station began trying to regain contact. Michael claimed that when the men returned they both had cracks in their helmets and their suits were damaged, but they were in no discomfort and were still perfectly breathing. He claimed that they simply sat there staring at him. When asking if they were okay, they responded with, "We're fine." Michael says that every time they spoke their voices sounded distorted, and they changed pitch up and down with each sentence. For the rest of the journey home, the crew were mostly in silence, according to Michael. Eventually, the crew returned at 12:51 Eastern Daylight Time on July 24th. This was the first time the Versipellis passed into our world. End of tape.